why should we care, right? What is the cost of not serving this group of people? What would that cost be to our communities, our nation, and maybe broadly Africa, right? What do you understand is the cost of not meeting the needs of these people for a community?
Quite a lot. First on it is that we will be perpetuating a cycle of poverty.
Right.
We'll be perpetuating a cycle of poverty. See, given somebody sellable skill is given the person the visa to navigate life, and to be able to earn, So if we don't do something for the underserved community, we will be perpetuating poverty. And when you perpetuate poverty, you are also increasing the conflict dynamics. You are also increasing the conflict dynamics within the continent. If you look recently, if you see the trend in Africa, you see protests, violent protests emerging all across different African countries. We saw the Gen Zs in Kenya. We're seeing what is happening in Nigeria. We're seeing Ghana. Last week, there was protests sprung up in Ghana. We've seen Nigeria. And so many African countries will begin to, the conflict dynamics is going to be overwhelming. Because I think there's a musician in Nigeria that I like to quote, not one of those mainstream, Portable. His name is Portable.
Yes.
Portable said something during this protest. He said, me, I no go protest too, meaning that I'm not going to join them in protest. Because in 2020, he was part of the protests. He said, this year, I'm not going to be part of the protest. And why? He said, now I am rich.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, now I don't make money. Say protest now for poor people. Yeah, in a way, that may look classist, but passing a very vibrant message. You see, the more we perpetuate poverty, the more we increase the conflict dynamics, within the continent. So if you look at the trend of conflicts in Nigeria, you will see it's higher where illiteracy is at its peak, where we have more out-of-school children. So you see the banditry, you see the terrorism, you see the gangsterism, you see different conflict dynamics emerging because people cannot meaningfully feed themselves. The disability community also, once we don't cater for that underserved community, we're also creating a system where these people pass on poverty from generation to generation and pass on people who can fuel more conflict, from generation to generation. So we need to break that cycle, and two, because Africa is the resource for the whole world. We're the resource for the world. Well, what do I mean by that? The biggest resource in the 21st century is really not crude oil, it's people. It's not crude oil, it's not gold, it's people. It's intelligent people that can make things happen. And if you look at our population in Africa, if you look at the population economy, you're also saying that the median age in Nigeria, for instance, is about 18. You're saying that 50% of the population are 18 downward, meaning that we have a very large young population that can work, that can be exported anywhere, compared to other continents where their population is decreasing, That's not what's happening in Africa. We have that viable population. So we are the resource that the whole world is waiting for. Right. Okay. And so if that resource is well skilled, it is for the betterment of the whole world. And if that resource is also not well skilled, it's a problem for the whole world. So illegal migration, where people now begin to move into other countries trying to etch a living in whatever way that they can get to do this, So, but if they are well skilled and they can contribute to the global economy, that's an advantage. And that's why we must do something to the underserved communities.
Right. I think that's so